Okay, I'm gonna be streaming after a very long time. Um, but it's not like I haven't been practicing. I have been practicing a lot. It's just I haven't recorded anything. But yeah, I've been taking lessons. I have been playing a lot more classical than jazz. Um, I have made some changes to my practice routines. Um, and when it comes to practicing jazz, I'm practicing some advanced stuff, and it's still kind of hard to get it to sound good, but I'm doing that for exercises. And um, and uh, in classical, I've been working on this piece by Janacek. It's In the Mists, Part 1. Uh, I'm also working on Chopin's Mazurka Opus 6 number 1, a little bit of Opus 6 number 2, then the first two pages of Chopin's Opus 25 number 6 Etude, the double thirds, and which is what I'll be practicing today. And what else? A bit of the C major prelude every once in a while. Um, and yeah, making some good progress, especially with the Barry Harris stuff as well. So I have been using a similar approach for practicing the Barry Harris stuff, similar to what I was using for um, enclosures and approach notes. So for that, I was working on keeping a steady rhythm. So 1, 2, and E, F, 1, 2, and E, F, and similar to this, what I'm doing is I am playing these movements, one movement per bar, and at a slower tempo, and then making that into 2-5-1. So if it's a movement for, say, G minor 7 or B flat 6, B flat major 6, then it's going to be a 2-5-1 to F major, so that we have this is going to be the 2 chord, the 5 chord, and the 1 chord. And it could be the 1 major 7 or major 6. And similarly, let's say if I'm playing Autumn Leaves, then I practice that with these movements as well. So for this, I'm doing shell voicing in the left hand and the full chord in the right hand. So and then to the 2 chord, it's going to be. So with the beat, if I were to play it at a slower tempo, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, D, D, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 4. So something like that. Try to vary the rhythms and the different inversions. So let's say I could pick something like this. this is what I've been practicing when it comes to jazz. I have also been practicing some of the enclosures. And like practicing these for different chords. I have taken a few steps back on this. I'm actually going to single approach notes, but adding chord notes after I play the approach note to a chord note. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So C is the chord tone in this D minor 7 flat 5. So creating lines using these leaps and like combining these approach notes and leaps. So leap as in to another chord tone. 1, 2, and D. And also playing some 2-5-1. So 1, 2, and 3, 4, 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 1, 2, and 3. So stuff like that, and yeah, I think I'll move on to practicing the Chopin etude. So for this etude, I have been working on every beat that I can think of. You know, like it could be just that, or just picking one beat and trying to make sure that my hands are relaxed when I play that. I'm maintaining an even tone, and especially one thing that has changed a lot is I'm not curling my fingers as much as I used to, and trying to play with my finger, trying to get more comfortable even when I'm placing my fingers in between two black keys. So I can't show it in the video, but trying to keep my fingers in this little patch on the keys between white keys and black keys, so that I don't have to move my hands in and out too much, as in towards the end of the keyboard or inside towards the inside end of the keys, and trying to minimize those movements, and that has really changed. That has really helped. So yeah. Right now, I am focusing on pages 1 and 2, and in that there are I would say 4 bars on which like I still haven't gotten them to be as even as I want them to be, but it's this beginning of the second page, at least in the edition that I have. So today. I don't know if I might play some other sections as well. And another thing I might practice is the third section from the Chopin's Mazurka in F sharp minor, the Opus 6 number 1. This section. So for this, I'm trying to get comfortable with the left hand here because there is a very unusual leap from this. The thumb plays this F sharp, and after that it's the fingers 3 and 2 playing this D and F sharp interval, which becomes the B minor triad after this. Just focus on a few bars from this. You know, even like this small part, but so yeah, getting comfortable while playing this section is the main goal. So yeah, I think enough talking for now. I'll go practice and see how things go. So yeah, Chopin Etude. So I'll work backwards for this. For this I'll be counting. So I count 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E. 1 E. Okay, I'll increase the tempo a little bit. Yeah, I think this is the max tempo at which I can play this section, but especially at this harmonic minor scale, I noticed some tension in the right hand. Um, so yeah, just focusing on every beat from these 4 bars, literally every beat. So I am practicing this at say a faster tempo, but just focusing on one beat. So it could be the one beat from and something I've been practicing this without looking at the score for a very long time, but the articulation in the left hand was incorrect up until now. These notes are, so it's just these are the only notes that are staccato. The other ones are legato. So, and no pedal marking. So but yeah, so let's get that right then. So these are the beats 2 and 3. So 1E and 2E and 3. So yeah, the counting really helps. So 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and these subdivisions, it's very important to be able to feel these subdivisions. So 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and so it could be 1E and a 2E and a 3, 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a. So even if I am playing this at a slower tempo, I still use the same fingering, obviously, and yeah, picking just these chunks, and making sure my hands are relaxed, um, as relaxed as they can be, not like it's completely um, uncontrolled, but it's firm. I feel like I'm in control, but at the same time, there is no tension, there is no stiffness, and that's how I'm able to get to this speed. And I can see that in order to go to a faster tempo, I need to, you know, uh, use this kind of a microscope to analyze all these tiny little movements and optimize so that I can get it. I can get this section right. So this is the approach that I'm using, and so far I think it's been working for me. So yeah. I'm messing up the left hand, like the articulation of it. So I like to think that I am using like a slider, the way music players have these sliders, and picking any random section and just looping through that. Some of those transcription softwares allow you to do that, where you can just focus on any random section using that slider, and like that's what I'm thinking, like just focus on a very tiny section, loop through that section till it feels comfortable, and of course I'm not repeating that one section. So if it's a 30-minute practice session, I will obviously take different sections and interleave them, so that it gets in my memory more efficiently. So yeah, that's why this whole practice sounds very random. It sounds as if I am not playing through the whole section. I'm just it can be very annoying to listen to at times, but I think this is how it works. This is how practice is supposed to be like. It doesn't sound good every single time, but it definitely speeds up the learning process. sometimes practicing legatissimo with fingers that just feel I don't know, deeply rooted, or like it feels almost like I'm putting a lot of pressure against the key bed. So that also helps, and when I am moving from the F sharp and A sharp to the E natural and G sharp, I'm also thinking about not like detaching the A sharp but not the F sharp. So it's like kind of like moving my hands over the thumb and keeping that connection over there between these notes, so that yeah, so this is what, like, if I were to exaggerate, this is what it would look like in slow motion, but at fast speeds it should first off sound legato, and at the same time it also helps me avoid lifting my hands to get into the right position. So especially when I'm putting my fourth finger and the second finger up top over here, I'm not like lifting my hand, but it's just staying close to the keys and moving only horizontally towards the lower register of the keyboard. So yeah, so yeah, it's very addictive once you get the hang of it. I've been playing this for hours since yesterday. It's the fastest I've ever been able to play, and it feels pretty good. Like in the hands, it feels very relaxed and in control at the same time. And yeah, it's been fun. I switched to the mazurka for a few minutes and then again probably switch to the etude or probably something else. But yeah. This is still slightly slower than the performance tempo I'm aiming for, but again, even for this, I am focusing on as little tension in my hands as possible, and at the same time feeling comfortable, not having to think too much about getting this right. See what happens. So because I am avoiding any kind of twisting motion to bring the third finger closer to the edge of the bottom edge of the key, I am trying to get more comfortable keeping the finger in between the black keys, and that's what makes it hard to land correctly in between those in between those two black keys. Let's play a little bit of the Janacek. This is the third page of it. It's it's just this third page that is giving me hard time. Um, so from here, even in this entire section, I am picking probably like 2-3 beats, something like so just probably just this part of it. Yeah, this is the first progression from Autumn Leaves, and what I'm doing is playing some diminished chords, and especially before the 2 chord, and then another exercise to work on is something similar to this. 1, 2. First, just focus on the C sharp minor 7 or E major 6. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And another thing to note is that I am not focusing too much on which voicings I'm using. As long as it is the shell in the left hand and the complete chord in the right hand, and there is no borrowing yet. So borrowing means borrowing notes from the diminished chord. But right now, just when it's the diminished, it's just the diminished notes, and when it's the major 6 or the minor 7, it's just the notes from the chord. And similarly for this 1, 2, for the minor 6 chord, so if we have the B flat minor 7 flat 5, which means we have the C sharp minor 6, and we still would end up with the same diminished 7th chord for this. And so if I were to play the scale, and this would be the scale as and the diminished chord before the 2 chord, and here's the flat 9 chord, but that's again the diminished 7 in the scale of A flat minor 6. So there's 3 diminished 7 chords, 1, 2, and 3. The remaining ones are just inversions, and I have practiced the 2-5 ones around this diminished chord and this diminished chord, but for this one I haven't practiced the movements yet right now. So if I were to play all the movements for this chord, then it would be going to C major 6 or A minor 7. I'm just going to say the major 6 chord from now on. So from here we can go to the C major 6 or the E flat major 6 or the G flat major 6, F sharp, and we can also go to the A major 6. So these are the 4 options when it comes to major 6, and then same for minor 6s. So we have this, okay, and then we also have the F sharp minor 6, and we also have the A minor 6, and similarly for this chord, for this diminished 7, we would again have 4 different options. So one would be this B flat major 6, the next one would be D flat major 6, then we would have the E major 6. So it'll be more obvious if I play this inversion. And then we have the G major 6, or the E minor 7. practicing two different things again. So I'm also practicing similar motion where both the left hand and the right hand move in the similar direction, and contrary motion. So as you can see, my left hand is moving down and right hand is going up the keyboard. So, and again, different inversions of this. So as you can see, it's lots of permutations and combinations. And yep, when it comes to contrary motion, it can also mean that the left hand is going up and the right hand is going down. So the goal is to come to a point where I don't have to think about these diminished chords and the corresponding major or minor 6 chords. I should be able to play these on the fly, like without having to think and depending on the right context. So that's why practicing these 2-5-1s separately is helping more. Before, this is still more advanced. So before this, I practiced just the scales a lot. So I used to practice these scales, and from that I then progressed to playing just sections from the scale. So again, all this with the metronome. So something like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 1. So yeah, being able to move around the keyboard with these movements is super helpful, and I think practicing it in this way is helping me a lot. So yeah, I'll get back to the 2-5-1 again now. This was the 2-5-1 and G sharp minor 6 or A flat minor 6. So first in Autumn Leaves we have the 2 to the B major. So yeah, it's just these bars, and I'm just going to focus on that. Messed up there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think from the 4 chord to the minor 2-5-1 is where I'm messing. So one thing is that it's major 7 chords, so it's 1 major 7 and 4 major 7, and after that the diminished would be, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So let's go through just these 2 chords with the different inversions. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Maybe go for a slower tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Still some mistakes here and there, but overall I'm happy with the progress I've made so far. Long way to go for this. I think this section is particularly hard because this is in C major, but then after that it's the same pattern but in B flat major. So it's gonna be and then I've done a little bit of the ending as well.